I used to think I knew how to mod Skyrim. There I was, happily building on mod lists of 500-600 mods, getting them to work well, and I was always happy with the outcome.
Trouble?
But with a constant list of new and exciting mods constantly being released, I felt I wanted more. So I had a look at the lists on Wabbajack. And oh my god, it was there that I learned that my ability to mod Skyrim was, to say the least, very basic. Compared to the list compiled on Wabbajack, I'm like a 5-year-old with a crayon comparing their work to a Van Gogh. After trying a couple of lists, I decided to settle on Project Skyrim, and this mod list, in my humble opinion, is simply amazing. It has got everything that I wanted. But before we get into what the mod list offers, let's do a bit of the techie stuff to start off with. Once I fought these wolves. I mean, even wolves are challenging in this game. Come on. And this is why I have healing hotspotted, hotkeyed, favorited. What a life! Even that is challenging. Oh god. She kicked ass though, didn't she? She completely kicked ass. And you get to skin the wolves. I mean, that is just disgusting, is it not? Skinned wolf. I don't think I'll bother with the other ones. Just quickly before we get onto the techie stuff. Okay, so bloodstains in this. Blood and dirt does affect the way that people deal with you. You also get hunger, exhaustion, your reputation here, and you get thirsty as well. So let's carry on. Yeah, so I'm going to put my FPS counter on in the top corner so you can see how it's running. You can see where I get my peaks and my troughs. So I do have an RTX 4060 Ti with 16 gig of RAMs and an i5 processor, but I'll put my full specs in the description below. We got another wolf battle. So we do this. I can't do two things at once. Well, we found something to fight anyway. Do you know what? Let's just walk and talk. It's a lot easier. So yeah, I've got an RTX 4060 Ti 16 gig of RAM. This mod list does have 4,203 mods, which is absolutely incredible. And that's 208 ESM ESPs and 3,349 ESLs. Hello, it's just registered another MCM. It's taken up 572 gig of my SSD, and you've got to load it on an SSD. Otherwise you get crashes and other instabilities like poor loading times, freezes, and very bad FPS. And also it does run on the latest version of Skyrim 1.6.1170, so you don't need to downgrade either. Do you know what we are going to do? We're going to wash this blood off because that's bugging me. Then maybe we go up to Embershed, whichever it's called. We go nice and clean. Yeah, you have to wash the blood and dirt off of your character. As I said, save regular as well, because you're going to die. I'm not going to lie, you're going to die a lot. It's only about 6 hours to download and install with a fairly decent download speed of 87 megabits per second. There were some missing downloads files, but there is a very helpful link to the author's Discord where you can find the links to missing files. Plus they also help if you do get stuck on anything. If you follow the instructions on the GitHub page, you shouldn't have many problems. The only one I had was missing download files, but thanks to the links on Discord, I was able to install them easily. Oh god. It's the rangers you got to watch out for. Because they can get you obviously from the distance. So lure one out. Alright, so we're going to try and take this one on.
I'm going to twist that pretty little neck of yours clean off.
You can give it a try.
You can't win this.
As I said, you're going to die. You got to get good at this. Ah, bugger. Okay, so we loaded back in. Where was I? Yes, it took me about 6 hours to install. If you did follow the instructions on the GitHub page, you shouldn't have many problems. The only one I had was missing download files, but thanks to the links on the Discord, I was able to install them easily. Right, I'm not having this, you know. I'm going to go back and I'm going to kick her ass. So to get this mod list to work, you do have to download Wabbajack, but you have to download the main file from the Nexus, both of which I will link below. A lot of the arrows have poison on now, which is a bit of an extra challenge. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking about the video and just concentrate on killing this bandit champion.
Let's see what you can do then. Death awaits you.
I'm going to use the heal a lot in this as well.
I'm surprised you've lasted this long. Now hurry up and die.
It's not good when you get Turban coming at you.
Yeah, you should be scared.
I am scared. It's really don't be fighting two at once. The combat in this is so much more challenging.
You ain't the first person I've killed, and you won't be the last.
I can just take this champion out, stand half a chance him.
If it's a fight you want,
add your skull
it's a
to my
fight
collection.
you're going to get. You need to do better than that.
Strafe.
Talos smite you.
Oh, don't want to get stuck behind a tree either. Let's see if we can do that jumping off the cliff thing I did a minute ago.
A little pipsqueak like you think you can take me on.
Well, that was a bit sketch, but we've got one of them.
Give it your best shot, Hunt. Vice! Won't get away with that.
God almighty. This dude is wrecking us. And I can hear arrows whizzing in as well.
Go ahead. Try and fight back. I'm gonna
He's got
twist
so
that
much
pretty
defense
little
from the
neck of yours
front.
Clean off.
Come on.
Enough of this.
Oh, I don't want to go that way because I'm getting peppered with arrows.
Hurry up and come at me. I ain't got all day.
Let's be a little bit careful up here.
Think You're tough. You don't stand a chance against me. I'll try and make you quick.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get through, mate.
This one's food is mine, so back off. I'm gonna rip you open. Come on, come on. I've been waiting too long for this.
Somehow we've done that. Jesus. I'm just going to take pretty much everything he's got on him. Iron Wakazashi. Wow. Okay, well, that's the combat anyway. As you can see, it is very challenging. I don't want... Do you know what? Let's just take everything. Because I'm going to go and sell this at the Riverwood Trader. Where was I? Oh yes, you do need to download Wabbajack to get this to work, but the main file for Project Skyrim is on Nexus, but I'll link that below. And there are some adult files which you need to load off of Lover's Lab. You need to log into that to download the files. So there are some not safe for work. There is some not safe for work stuff in this. There is also nudity as well. So if you don't want your parents or kids to see naked bodies, then just be careful when you're playing it. There's not naked all the time, as you can see. So what does the game offer? Well, you've already seen the combat, but it's got amazing visuals, which I must play for any playthrough. There's beautiful textures, lifelike animations, and fully immersive gameplay. It's got enhanced combat, as you've seen, making the game more difficult, a hell of a lot more difficult. You now got to think and plan your attacks rather than just bash, smash, or zap your way through. Even being a stealth archer is not really a viable way to play the game anymore. You need to have a backup plan. You've got fully supported physics from body parts. It's hair, clothing, and even the weapons and jewellery. They've got the physics applied. It's got more creatures with improved looks and better behaviours. You see from the wolves that attacked us earlier. More armours, weapons, NPC quests, locations. In fact, if you can think of it, it has it. Now, I am going to need to wash this blood off before I go and speak to, before we go into the Riverwood Trader. You can see even wading in the water has an effect on your character. I mean, it's things like this. It's not Skyrim anymore, is it? Okay, I can't find a bit of water deep enough to wash the dirt off with. So I have started a couple of characters just to get the feel of the game. Let me tell you, this is huge. This is now no longer Skyrim, in my opinion. There's something altogether bigger and better. Now that we've had some fun and had a brief look at the main game, let me take you back to the start of the game so that you can see the alternate start mod, character creation, and some of the startup tasks. Hopefully you'll be as impressed as I was. This bit of the video is going to be a little bit slower paced, so now's your chance to sit back and relax and yeah, just see what the game has to offer. Just wait for some of the scripts to run in the background, and then we can jump into the game. Well, jump into the start of the game. Yeah, the game uses Skyrim Unbound, which is my favourite alternate start mod. I just find it gives you a lot more options than some of the other alternate start mods do. Much more customizable. Mod config, Skyrim Unbound. So what are we going to do? We will have a standing stone, but we'll randomise that. We'll leave the Dragonborn on and time delay for the dragons. Equipment. Going to fully randomise this. Spells. We will have spells, but we'll randomise those. And we've got the same score chance. Inventory, again, fully random, so I have no idea what we're going to be getting. The starting locations I am going to choose. Probably Riverwood. Everyone loves and knows, well, knows and loves Riverwood. So we'll start there, but you can basically start anywhere you want. Be anything you want as well. I've got my setup how I want to begin this. So let's go. First thing, character creation. Now the characters are naked, so just a word of warning for if you've yes. So obviously I'm not going to play a female. For all those of you that watch my channel, you know I always play as a female. And who's going to start off naked? I have to get my pixelator out for that one. Got the in-game presets. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So I'm going to be, well, let's have a quick look. So you got the Imperial, Argonian even, Breton, Dark Elf. I mean, they all look bloody amazing this morning. These are supposedly just the vanilla characters, but wow. I'm going to play an Imperial here, and we've got loads of presets as well. So let's load a couple in, just have a look at. What I like about this is it breaks it all down for you. Now, I don't know if you're like me. You open up your preset folder and you just got a list of presets here. A bit like this bit down the bottom here. This actually breaks it down into the races for you. So we are an Imperial. Let's have a quick look at a couple of them. There's one there. I'm not sure she's supposed to be bald. There's not on. There's the one that I've been playing with. See if I can find it again. Not sure which one it was now. Not that one. That's the one that I really like. I like the green of the eyes. But what I will do is change the hair though. There's loads to choose from. As you can see, we're going to choose one with HDT, or with physics anyway. I'll probably end up changing this again later, but I spent ages just choosing the hair. That one looks quite nice. I think we just go with that for now. This is our character. What should we call her? I don't know. I'm just going to call her Ash. Keep it simple. What we'd like to do, we're going to continue. It gave us a very brief flash of the equipment we're going to be using on the right of the screen then, but I missed it. Riverwood discovered. There we go. Your adventure has begun. Before we do anything, we're going to let the scripts run and the MCM update. What I do recommend you do once everything is loaded in, is make a save, because it doesn't auto save. All right, should we have have a little look at our character, the MCM, and some of the options. The game does pause every time you go into it. It loads up a new cell. All you gotta do is just click your mouse. Not sure why it does that, but game runs sweet as a nut, so there's obviously a reason for it.
Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch. Did you hear me?
Well, we're in the Sleeping Giant in case you hadn't worked it out, and Delphine is giving Orgnar a hard time. I wanted the better lighting in here. But the first thing I'll do is take the mage head off.
Get the cold out.
Gives you a better idea of what the character looks like. So let's have a quick look at the MCM first of all, because it's huge. There's actually 102 different menus to go through. And I am not going to go through every single one right here, right now, but gives you an idea of just some of the stuff that you can change and alter. I mean, I would be here probably for about a 3-hour video if I was going through every single one of these. So that's page 1. Next page, page 2. I mean, you can just change literally everything on this. So yeah, there's 2 pages of MCMs. But Skyrim Unbound is what we started with. If you want to change anything, then they're just here. I'm guessing that these ones that are numbered are the main ones you want to have a little play around with. The rest of it, I'm not going to bother with. What do we get for our inventory? So we've got some hide armor, some hide boots, some potions, some drinks. Got a reputation in the game, so depending if you're a good guy or bad guy and the deeds that you do, will depend how people react to you. Good and evil. Not sure what we're going to be yet. The add item menu as well is pretty useful if you want to add things in. So let me quickly do that. And then if you want to add anything into your game, maybe an armor or something, you can just do it from here. Witcher Hunter armor, for example. I'll take that a lot. And then if you want to add it, equip it onto your character. There we go. One lot of Witcher Hunter armor. Something else which this mod list has got, you press the O button. And you can change the body of your character. And yes, it does flicker nude very quickly. So it's got loads you can choose from. Probably enough for everybody here. There. Easily in-game change the change your character.
I've got a bounty notice here if you're interested. Comes with a pretty hefty reward.
Thanks, Ognar. Thanks, Ognar. So yeah, you got your resistances and effects and everything as normal under here. And the items that you have favorited appear on your character, although that crossbow is a million miles off the back. I suppose that's if you've got a shield that you goes in there as well, so that's not the best. Once you've done that, you can go off and kick ass in the world of Skyrim. Yeah. So that's a very basic introduction to what I feel is the best mod list available. I am going to have hours and hours of fun playing this, and I hope you'll come along and join me. So while I was making this video, this happened past. I think that's a Dawn Guard off somewhere with one of their trolls. Size of that troll though. Would not want to mess with that. That's a lot bigger and meaner than the vanilla ones.